Hello, everyone. This is Sami from digitalizearts.com. And today we're gonna start with the first episode of vector art drawing using Adobe Illustrator. And I'll be showing you the entire workflow starting from the photo, which is for episode 1. As you can see here, we have all the episodes lined up for the next 15 days. Hopefully this will be not limited to 15 days. And let's get started. So usually I use my XP Pen tablet and Adobe Illustrator to draw everything. We usually digitalize or transform real photos, real art into the digitalized form, which is the vector art. So first things first, as I promised, we will be showing you the entire workflow. So first things first, I would like to start with a clean photo with no backgrounds. I'll explain to you this later on. So I'll grab episode 1. This is what we will be drawing today. And I'll just click open and then let Photoshop do its magic. I'll just remove the background and wait for the magic to happen. Once everything is in place, I'll just Control, Alt, and Shift, and I'll save it as is. I'll just go to, this is called Android 18 from Dragon Ball Z animation. I'll save it there and then just close this up, say no, and I believe I have forgotten to include the shortcut for you guys for what I'm pressing on the keyboard. So let me fix this quickly for you. Alrighty, so we have everything fixed up. So we have everything lined up. We have the shortcuts for everything. So what I'm going to do next is that this is the canvas I'm using. I'll show you quickly. Let me just grab this, put this here. And if you're getting this error, it means that you have locked up layers that you need to open, but no worries. I'll just do that and then Control X, lock that again, hide it, open the entire workflow, and I'll just throw this here in the project. So I'll maximize this till the end, drag this down, make sure everything is in place. Yep, I want this to be here. Thank you. So this is our workflow. I believe so. We're gonna include this template for you in the description below, and then you can download it, mess with it, play with it. If it's not in the description, we'll include a link to our website where you can download it for free, and it is absolutely for free. We're not gonna charge you anything. This is just for the benefit of anyone who's trying to start a new business, anyone who's going to, start working as a full-time digital art freelancer. Given the situation that we now have, AI controlling all over our assets, replacing most of us. I don't call myself an artist, but this is what I do as an amateur. I love doing this. I love digitalizing photos. So let's get started. I talk too much, and yep. So I have 2 artboards. So first things first, what I'm going to do, since this is the subject, I'll just grab this here and put her there. I'll tell you later why. And then we're gonna start drawing the subject. So first things first, I'm going to unlock the brush with B, and then I'm gonna choose our favorite brush, which is this one, and then we're gonna start outlining them. So our way of doing this is the following. We like to start with the 3-point stroke. I'll press space so that I can pan around. I will create this line in here outside, and then start, outlining the subject. So let's start with 3 points, and then with your pen, you can do that. You don't need to have a pen, you don't need to have a fancy tablet. I started doing this using my mouse pad on my laptop until I was able to get the hang of things. And I'm glad this happened so that we can all follow up on this. So what happened is that the stroke was not black. That's why it's, the fill wasn't black. That's why it's showing this weird animation. Just give me a second. Let me do this again. Hide it. Yep, now we're back to business. So what happened in here is that Adobe Illustrator didn't pick up my brush. That's why it showed a different and filled the line. And now we're gonna go back and do the weight. Make the weight. See? I'll press Ctrl plus to zoom in and then continue on. I'll press B again to activate. So if you see this type of piece, how can we go about that? Is that we do it this way, do a hard line, then go down, and then grab that line again. Go hard there, and then follow the workflow. Then again, hard, right turn, release, so that it maintains the 3 points. And then afterwards, we need to, I'll show you a trick how to sell the effect of this being in the back. So I'll just grab this, hard turn, go up, and then we'll start doing this. I don't know what do they call it. English is not my first language. So yeah, we'll get back to this. As I mentioned, we'll discuss everything, we'll not leave you hanging, and we'll explain everything in details. So the reason why we're doing these hard edges, I'll show you later. Let me just get done with this part so that you guys are aware of what we're doing. Go hard turn here, and then go all the way back to her thigh. We need these creases to sell the effect. So we're gonna do this and then do this. Same goes here. And then do this. Again this, and then down to this line. Do the same for our own. We're not gonna continue doing or following. Whoops, not this way. Let's do this. We're not gonna continue, using the weight of 3. We're gonna change that a bit shortly, just to sell the effect of depth. I know vector art sometimes, some people or some artists like to do it in a flat manner. We don't like doing it here in digitalizearts.com. Let's do this. And then hard turn, connect. Do your best to connect all lines together. Just trust me for now. Everything will be explained down the road. And then we're gonna do that and then go up till it reaches this part. And again, this way we can just continue this until everything is connected. And then we're gonna grab this one, go down, left turn, and up, and there we go. So we now have this weird sharp turns and lines displaying the skirt. This is not the case. So in this manner now, to continue the drawing of the thighs and legs, you can either go from down upwards, downwards, whichever suits you. Just to sell the effect, we'll do this and then connect it down. So why did I create this line in the beginning? So we need to include all lines together. We need to connect everything together so that when we start baking the photo, no colors can bleed out. So let me just grab this here, make it smaller, place it here, and yeah, I think so this will do. Just keep it this way, either or. These lines won't show because they are outside the drawing area. Now moving forward, for the internal line for the thighs, what I'm going to do, I'm gonna again to activate the brush, and then I'm gonna use, I believe so, 2 for now. We can change that down the road, and then do this. Just follow the lines, and then this happened again. So if this happens again, if you want to copy the same style of any other line that you have already available, instead of changing the colors, so forth and on, just press I. Of course, click on the line, press I for the eyedropper, and then just click on any line available. Of course, this will copy the same weight, which is 3, but we don't want 3, we'll move to 2, just to sell the effect. And then let's get this closer, and let's do this way. We're gonna mainly do the lines first, and then we're gonna move down the road to the cleaning step. We're gonna include everything, don't you worry, we got you. And hopefully you can learn a thing or two from this. Let's grab this here. Yep, keep it this way, make sure that everything is in place. I have not activated this, so undo that. Activate this point, or anchor in other words. When I say point, I'm referring to an anchor. And then I like to finish everything first before I move down the photo or down the drawing. So to sell the fishnet or stocking effect, there is another brush that comes as a stock, which is this one from Adobe Illustrator. So I'm gonna choose that. Press B again to activate it. Make sure that this one is not filled in for now. And then just follow all the lines as they are shown by the photo, on the photo, sorry. And then we're gonna change this to black. And I think so, I'll keep this as 1. The more closer the line gets to your eyes, the bigger the weight, or the heavier the weight is. So I'll keep this for 1 for now. And then do the same for all the lines. If you have any questions, if you need any help, please post it down in the comments section below. We'll be more than happy to answer all your questions. Again, we're doing this to help everyone out, because when we started this, there were little to minimal YouTube videos or artists that teach this or show this. In details. So what I did here is that instead of pressing V, I pressed A so that I can get all the anchors, and I moved this anchor so that it can sell this curvy, flow of the line. And then I'll do the same here. I'll do the same here. I'll do the same here. And the same goes. Next, we're gonna start with this line. And I'll show you also the effect to sell that this is stocking, but I believe this is not a stocking, this is just a fishnet. So we won't be needing that style to sell it. As you can see here, I don't have any reference, but it's just the way things go. I'm just following my, allowing my hand, my wrist to flow on the tablet. As I mentioned, you don't need a tablet. You can use your mouse pad. It's kind of hard in the beginning, but once you get used to it, once you save up to get a tablet, you can proceed accordingly with using a tablet. You don't have to go fancy first, just follow the passion. I'm doing this for my own benefit. I love creating photos. Excuse me, right there. I love digitalizing photos. And when I found vectors, or what vector meant, that no matter what you do to a vector, it will stay the same. Okay, so now I just need to adjust my hand to sell this effect, or sell this curve. Okay, it's not working because I have a limited space on my desk. So what I'm going to do, I'm gonna grab this up, You know what? I'll just show this to you. Same way you're gonna do it on a mouse. There you go. Let me check this one. Yeah, this one connects. Amazing. So basically we will not be able to copy this there. So we're gonna also do that. I'm not gonna do any time lapses so that you can hear me while doing this. You'll get to know me. I'll get to know you guys in the comment section, and hopefully this would help you with your career shift, do any good to your life, because honestly speaking, art has changed my life dramatically. When I found art, since I was young, I like to draw using crayons, so forth and on. Until I was a teenager, I was like, I don't know why did I stop drawing, but yeah, that's now my safe haven, helps me out mentally and physically to keep going. This is the ventilation system, or venting system, not ventilation. So yeah, I believe you get that right now. So we're gonna continue with the curves and the fishnet until we are able to sell the effect. Alrighty, this one goes here, and this one goes here. This one goes this way. You don't have to follow the exact lines on the photo, you can just make it happen. As I mentioned,